Hello, hello, hello. How's everyone doing tonight? We are going, well, I am going to be trying something a little different. I've decided I'm going to try and live stream some of my development process. Just, I don't know, maybe see if it makes it a bit easier. How it might be fun to have stuff documented. So tonight, hold on. So, what the plan is I want to make a post-jam version of my GMTK 23 game jam submission Necro Quest. And among the things I want are upgrades and status effects. I feel they'll, help the game have more depth. And in order to do that, we're going to have to make an attribute system because, as is, everything's just hard coded. So let's hop right in. Already set up GitHub and all that. During the jam, I actually made sure to keep a pretty, clean file system. So at least I don't have to reorganize all this crap. Types. I think I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm probably gonna, have the base of it be a resource type thing. I might feel it out. I don't know. Now let's have this top level folder be like named after the attribute system. And then we have a bunch of scripts underneath it. So, what the idea is, basically, what we're going to try to do is have a single data class that holds both a default set of statuses, or not stats, attributes, and then it will also hold a list of modifiers. And then instead of, say, I don't know, referencing a hard coded movement speed, it'll just call the get attribute speed function in the in the data class. That's how we're gonna try to do it. So, uh, so what I'm thinking of right here is every like attribute, all the defaults are kept in resources, so you can just have a big folder of, okay, here's all the players' defaults, all the defaults for each type of enemy, all of that. So it might just be I'm thinking a string keyed dictionary. So it could look something like this, and this can be the default. Mm-hmm. And I think attributes should probably be read-only. So that way it can be like defined once and then never referenced again. So I can make this private. Key string. not attributes.has attribute key. Return default value, just in case someone tries to access an invalid attribute. Func, and then return attributes.get. Actually, no. Because get already has a default. There we go. So I'm thinking how we're going to define just attribute types. It'll be right here. And then I can just add more attributes in the default, and they should automatically show up in all the new resources, is what I'm thinking, probably. So, running screen debug. Oh, yeah. Textures, types. So, a bit about how my resources structure is. I have this source folder that's supposed to be for all the auto loads. And then the scenes folder is for all scenes and any scripts tightly coupled to a scene. For instance, looking here, game, characters, player. You have the tightly coupled player scripts right here. So now I'm thinking, where on earth should I put all the attribute scripts? I think I might make a scripts folder. I might add that in. Or maybe have it near character. Because I'm thinking the attributes aren't specifically tied to any one system. So yeah, probably just creating a new top-level scripts folder. Probably your best bet. And have it separated from this source folder, which is supposed to have all the auto loads in it. So now we're going to have an attribute set. Or no, because that's already called that. Maybe it should just be called attributes. Or maybe, you know what? How about entity attributes? Because it's not for anything other than entities. And this is going to be a data class, so no node. Hold on, let me make a commit real quick. And then make a class of entity attributes. And then just have a func get attribute float an attribute key, and then the default value float equals 0.0. 0 is always a good default to have. Oh, it's late. Bar. Got the attribute set. It's not a. There we go. Attribute set dot get attribute attribute key, comma, default value. This is just placeholder code. We don't have the attribute modifications yet. But just a test. Then maybe... So we can have a init function. And then just have attribute set. Be a new attribute set. Attribute set new. And then we can have a static func that'll make it properly. That way we don't have to worry about it being instance weird. The attributes. New. What on earth is this error we're getting? New entity attributes, and then the new entity attributes dot attribute set equals attribute set. So now we have like a static constructor. This in Godot is the closest thing we have to having multiple constructors. Not the biggest fan of it, but you know, it works. It works eventually. It's great. Hold on, let me commit. So that's the basics of the attribute system. So resources. Let's create some default attributes. Resources. Or hold on, this should be attribute sets. For the custom resources, I'm trying to have their top level folders named after the actual resource. Attribute set. Player attributes. Oh, wait. Yeah, I didn't export that, did I? There we go. So, hold on. Where is that player script? Here we go. Okay, 1.9 2.0. Player attributes. There we go. So you have it like var attributes into the attributes. Or no, we could probably move this to on ready. Var attributes equals, and oh wow, into the attributes dot from. Well, first, what we're gonna do first is bring these in as a constant. And then it's from, and did we, okay, it's with attribute sets. With attribute set, default attributes. You can move that up to the top. Nope, not how that works. On ready of that, and then our movement acceleration can be changed to attributes dot get attributes movement speed, and then movement speed, next use case, change it there too. And then up here, we can comment that out. And whoop. Nope, that did not go right. Hold on. Attribute second attribute move speed. And replace that there. And then, if you go back into the game, hold with me for a second. Studio mode. New game capture. Specific window, Necro Quest. Move that down. And boop. Okay, there we go. Into the game. Which one of these hotkeys skips the cutscene? There we go. And, oh, that's loud. That is horrifically loud on my end. I don't know if it was for you, but yeah, here we go. The player is moving, all the same. Perfect. That is great. That is one diddly-ishes. One diddly if. I'm doing my best. It's great. It's great. It's working. That's amazing, and I love it. Quick water break. So, where we are going to go from here, after I make another commit, is we are going to take all of the players' important data to track and just go through, make all those attributes, just so we know what to have as a good set of attributes. So the player, that's going to be the constants here. So acceleration time, I should probably change this to be dynamic, or no, hold on, movement acceleration. Okay, I could probably make that a dynamic variable. Hold on real quick. Rolls, like check this shit out. Control X, Control V, movement equals float, get, return that. Nope. And boom. Now it works exactly the same, except when you change the movement speed attribute, it automatically updates. That is a fun little trick. That is something I like with Godot. It's just like, it's defined in a much nicer way. The syntax is nicer than using a function because it's just, a variable that has a little formula for it. It's so nice. I love this programming language. Anyways, so select a spell. No public variables. Acceleration time. Okay, nothing here really, looks like. So spell cooldown timer. I could probably make the spell cooldown its own thing. Although I could probably have the spell cooldowns set in the spells. But maybe later. And then the mana tracker. So we have max mana, region limit, region rate. These are probably going to be player specific attributes, so I'll probably add them like straight here. Like movement speed. So string max mana. And mana for the player is also health. So I don't have to worry about that. That is not what I wanted. I can't. One thing I don't love about Godot is you can't have like dedicated, like defined key value pairs with typing. You have to like, search through all this to find what you want. But, it is what it is. And mana region isn't used right now, but what I'm planning is adding upgrades to the game. So there could definitely be an upgrade that adds mana passive region. Mana region rate is 0. So there, what we're going to do is var attributes into the attributes, and then for max mana, replace it with attributes dot get attribute max mana. Mana region rate, mana region limit. And there we go. And now in the player class, on ready, we have mana tracker dot. They like totally bunged up autocomplete for child nodes in Godot 4. It was like perfect, but now it's not. And then we just set these attributes to be a reference to this one, because fun fact, Godot passes by reference for objects. Well, so I'm pretty sure under the hood, don't quote me on this, that it does the Java thing where you're passing by value, but if you're working with objects, the actual value is a reference. I don't know, but all I know is this is going to pass a reference. Mana tracker, just let me comment these out. Current mana, oh. Cute little thing there I missed. Control C, Control V. Great. And there we go. Whoop. Whoop, we have a crash. We have a crash. Max mana, update value. Oh, that's just a piece of messy code that I shouldn't have there. See this? It's directly tracking to the max mana. Now what you should probably do is just get a percentile mana. Func get mana fill percent float return from mana over max mana attribute. And then move this over here. I mean, really, I just have to get mana fill percent. Oh, mana tracker. Dot get mana fill percent. In fact, I know for a fact the UI code for this is just a lumble of spaghetti. Summon selected spell, vector, move towards, update direction. Selected spell. Okay, I guess not. Nope, here it is. New value over damage tracker.get fill percent. Just add an underscore there so it doesn't scream at me. Godot loves to do that. Hold on. Why aren't you capturing? Oh, there we go. Great. Let's see, does it work now? Oh god. Okay, it does. It's killing my ears, but it works. Great. I'm the winner. I'm the best in the whole world. Player mana now works on player mana now works on attributes, y'all. Woohoo. I'm dehydrated for no reason. Great. Let's get on to the enemy attributes then, shall we? Where on earth is the enemy code stored? Oh, I forgot. A lot of stuff. Okay, Cavalier. No, these are textures. Substrate. In fact, capture point, Cavalier. Oh, yeah. They're called Cavaliers. I'm a nerd. Capture point, enemy minions, Cavalier. There you go, cavalier.gd. Okay, first off, I'm changing this name. It's nerdy and also lame. Rename melee enemy? It's melee 1L or 2. Hold on. It's 1L, but it's 2 E's. I can't spell for my life. Melee enemy. Melee enemy. Okay, so like we're exporting damage, we're exporting XP, all this stuff. All this is going to get moved and set up to work with the attribute system. So XP for export our default attributes, and then that onReady var attributes equals entity attributes dot with attribute set default attributes. Hold on. Great. So let me just open one of these guys. Mr. Green Enemy. There's code all over. I'm gonna have to refactor their movement code because it sucks. But enemy detector, soft mover, here we go. Movement speed, acceleration. Like, look at this shit. It's awful. But it's my awful load of shit. So entity attributes, health component. So attribute sets. Working with the green guy. You'll be renamed basic melee enemy. Basic melee enemy attributes. Movement speed. 64. And then attack damage is, I don't know, 10? Is it 10? It's 8. And then the health component says the health is 30. Or, nope. Max health, float, 30. Add key value pair. Great. This looks like some good setup. Base melee enemy attributes. Okay. So now we set up the attack. This is some spaghetti ass code. Also gonna get a refactor. But attributes dot get attribute. What did I call it? Attack damage. Great. Okay. So that is no longer required there. Next, update the health component for these guys. Hold on, var entity attributes. Is it called max health on the player? Okay, no, it's max mana, but it is different. Attributes dot get attribute. Get attribute max health. Where else do we have max health? There. So in this code, we have to set the health component equals attributes. And then the soft mover, which is a whole load of its own stuff. Like, if any of you guys watch Game Explorer, or I think that's his name, he basically made a system for his game Zoe and the Cursed Dreamer that, like, it evaluated a bunch of different possible movement vectors and then went with the best one. And I tried to make that here. Turns out doesn't work great when you want to have like 50 entities on the same screen or using a GD script for it. And lagged the game like hell until I invented time slicing, and big mess. Probably going to change it to something more simple later. But in the meantime, the attributes, and instead of movement speed, the attributes will be attributes to movement speed. Attributes dot get attribute movement speed. And that looks like it's about it. I'll keep the acceleration at movement threshold the same. But there we go. And then we have, where is it? What's it? Soft mover dot attributes equals attributes. Doesn't the health component have a? I thought I added a armor functionality to this. Well, I know I will later eventually add armor. So we have the Green Cavalier. Let's make versions for the red. Oh, gotta make a version for the skeleton too. Where is the skeleton? Skeleton.gd. No, actually, before I do that, I'm just gonna make a commit. Run the game to save everything, because that's easier sometimes. Set up attributes with basic melee enemy. Next, we are going to set it up with the skeleton. Our friend. The skeleton. We love to see him. So it's going to have a soft mover and a health component. So export var attribute set, then at onReady var attributes equals into the attributes dot with attribute set base attributes. A lot of stuff here. Not the best written code. I was rushed at this point, as you can see. And health component dot attributes for that and that. And I hard-coded the damage. Needs dot get attribute. What am I calling it for these guys? Attack damage. Yeah, attack damage. Great. And then we got duplicate. Basic skeleton attributes. Attack damage 8. Max health is 20. And I have no idea what the default movement speed was, but say 200. A little faster than the player. I think, if I remember correctly, that's what it was. So there we go, and then assign this. I don't think I assigned it in the Cavalier either. I mean, the melee. Oh, I did. Okay, whatever. Now let's see if this works. Let's see what I forgot. No immediate crash, but I am taking off my earphones until that stops. But there we go. Got velocity, got move towards. Attributes, get attribute movement speed. Soft mover. Now where is that? Where did I forget that? Cavalier, soft mover to attributes. No, the bug is with the skeleton. Did I forget it on ready? Soft mover to attributes equals attributes. Control X. Maybe? Bar attributes, entity attributes. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do first? There we go. Take all that down to a more reasonable level. I don't know what I was thinking when I designed this. Nope. Okay. So let's look at the stack trace this time. So stack trace, non-existent function, get attribute base nil. Velocity that moves towards current movement direction times attributes dot. So attributes was never assigned in the soft mover for what I'm going to assume is the skeleton. That would make the most sense. There's no actual stack trace here. Where is this a stack trace? It's like being called here, but game characters, gen, soft movement, velocity, attributes. Maybe I could have it being equal to a default entity attributes dot new. And that can stop the bug for a little second. Just so it like has a default value. Okay, yeah, that stopped the bug. So apparently it wasn't being set early enough, but that is... Oh. Okay. New can of worms. So the crates are entities. Or hold on. First off, I'm going to new commit skeletons. So skeleton attributes. So crate.gd at export bar default attribute set. Health is default 20. New resource. Okay, no. Attribute set. Crate attributes. They don't have a movement speed at all, so it's kind of a moot point to have it there. Move item. They just need a max health. String name. What on earth is a string name? I've never worked with that. String. Max health. Float. 20. Great. We have that already bar. The attributes dot with attribute set. Default attributes. And then ready. And set up the attributes on that. Right. Nope, forgot. Create attributes are set up. There we go. Opening the game. Let's. Come on. Where's the. There we go. OBS buggy as hell. Go for it, my skeletons. Make it work this time. It works. Yes. 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 I still need to set up the attributes for the flagpole. Okay. Next order of business then. Create attributes. I could just like duplicate it to make flagpole. Where's the flag? Capture point? Yeah, it's called the capture point. Okay. Default attributes equals attribute set at already bar. The attributes dot attribute set default attributes. Func ready health component dot attributes equals attributes. Great. Are we at a point I can play through a full level? Get attributes and base. Oh, come on. What now? Oh, yeah. Okay. So we hit another error. Same error as for the walking. Just gonna have to make a default attributes. New. But it's super easy for me to have a default blank attributes because that's the default constructor. Aha, I'm a competent programmer. There we go. Attributes in base nil? Where is that now? Attribute, bucket attributes, attack damage. Now, how on earth can be trying to attack while has the attributes set up? Built-in attributes with attribute set. Okay, well, maybe I move this back into being the onReady attributes, yada yada yada. Will you work now? Personally, skeletons just shouldn't be allowed to attack. What? What counted into the attribute? Pardon? What do you mean, capture? Did I not set it up for capture point yet? Oh, yeah, there's a problem. Flag attributes set. Invalid set index attributes on base no. Pardon me? What on earth? Do I have to change that to health component? This is the weirdest bug in the world. Oh. Those entity attributes are invalid. That is the issue. Alright. Let me see about it now. Come on. Okay. Here we go. Valid non-existent function get enemy group. Pardon? Get closest attractor? Why is this the bug we're getting all of a sudden? Characters, gen utility system, group utility, yada yada. Get closest attractor. Now, what on earth is the owner here? Possible attractors, self, move controller, keyboard controller. Self. Hold on, I gotta show y'all this shit. What on earth? Yeah, this kind of stuff loves to happen. Summon skeleton. Okay. So what? Did I just break skeletons entirely for no reason? Is that it? Apparently? Pardon? Oh. Because I broke the skeleton script. You know, why can't you just tell me I broke the skeleton script instead of giving me some cryptic error? Like, jeez. Or goodness gracious. And now it's huge. The game is huge on the preview screen for some reason. Don't know why. Okay. But now does it work? No. But it doesn't work in a different way. Oh. It's possible for it to call get attribute and something without an attribute set. So if not attribute set, then default value, I guess. Hey, it'll work eventually. Up, up. What on? What's your issue now? Can they not move? Can they not? Hold on. Remote. Loading screen, main, test level. Skeleton. Attributes. Attribute sets. And now the attribute sets don't exist. Does skeleton not have default attributes? Skeleton does not have default attributes assigned. Why? What happened to the skeleton attributes? Okay, skeletons move now. What? Oh, come on. Let's try this again. Yay. I love doing this. Here we go. And there it is. And there it is. We can play a level. We've done it. The git commit is named "It Finally Works" in all caps. Water is really good. Water's great, and I love it. It makes life worth living. So, what is up next on the agenda is attribute modifiers. This should, well, we'll see. Attribute modifier. It's also going to need data class. So, it's going to have enum for we're gonna have three types of modifiers. Additive, percentile additive, and multiplicative. So how this is going to work is we have additive that just takes the attribute and adds a number onto it. Percentile additive, it takes the base attribute and then gets a percent of it and then adds that. And then multiplicative, what is a multiplier? And the order of operations is going to be additive, then percentile additive, and then multiplicative. So then we're also going to have, var type, modifier type, var modifier, which is a float, which is what gets applied with the type. And we get the var attribute target, which is going to be the attribute it applies to. Func init target string modifier type target equals target dot type equals type dot modifier equals modifier. Great. And then we are going to have func apply base value float, and this will apply it to the value and then return the new value. So we're going to match type modifier type dot additive This can be one line, it's just a formula. Base value plus modifier type dot percentile additive turn base value plus base value times modifier. Modifier type dot. Also, like, autocomplete with enums and switch statements doesn't work right, which is also a bummer. Base value times modifier, in the default case, return base value. Great. So So this is the code for the attribute modifier. So in the entity attributes, I'm going to get var. This is going to be a dictionary. And it's going to be like key value pairs, where the key is the modifier type. So that way it can just be looked up by modifier type, which means like this attribute target isn't massively needed, but it's useful for sorting it into the modifiers dictionary. So we're going to get func add modifier attribute modifier. So this. So it is going to be if not modifiers dot has modifier dot attribute target, then modifiers this equals an empty list, then modifiers dot this, which we now know is going to be a list at least, and modifier. Wait. Func move modifier attribute modifier void modifier this dot erase modifier. Great. Another swig of the old ice water. Added code for adding and removing modifiers, commit. So what's next is going to do the application. So get attribute. So we're going to var additive multipliers array of attribute modifier is that additive percent additive multipliers and multiplicative modifier var. So for fire in modifiers dot get attribute key comma empty list default if match modifier as attribute modifier dot attribute target no type attribute modifier dot modifier type dot. Once again, they suck. Here we go. Just copy paste. Whatever. Don't care no more. Additive not multipliers, modifiers. Modifier. Percent additive modifiers that and modifiers, and then multiplicative modifiers that end. So this creates 3 sorted lists of all the modifiers. So var value equals starts off as the base value. For additive modifiers, return value equals modifier dot apply return value. This could be a one-liner. It's fine. Then additive, and then percent additive, and then finally multiplicative modifiers. So they apply in this order. That's going to be hard-coded. I'm fine with that. And then we finally return it. Great. So that should do what we want. So I'm going to start by, in the player script, let's give the player a plus 50% health modifier. Why not? So var, or mana modifier, whatever. Attribute modifier dot new target max mana. And I already forgot the constructor. Great. Okay, target modifier type. So max mana 0.5 plus attribute modifier dot modifier type dot percentile active. Then we got attributes dot add modifier, mana modifier. And it is max mana. Right? Yeah, max mana. Great. Let's load the game. And I'm going to keep y'all on the viewer. Just go in, set up the player. Alright. It's already looking good. It's the main test level player. The mana. Under the player, mana tracker, attributes. Okay. Hold on, I'll just have it like print out what the max mana should be. Real quick. Fill percent. Physics process. Rate punch debug. Mana. Is it LS? Is that LS? Percentile. Current mana, comma. Max mana. Whoop! Oh, fuck that up. I forgot how to program. Yep. Max mana is properly reading at 150. Yippee! That means it works. Yay! Finally. Great. So I'll just revert these changes. Discard changes. Discard changes. We don't want this to actually be part of it. So there we go. That is basically where I wanted to be by the end of today. So this seems like a perfectly fine time to sign off. Good night, y'all.